Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you, and we have a lovely lady on with us. Has toured with, been partners with Lyle Lovett, has done duos with Willie Nelson, Delbert McClinton. The list goes on and on. Mrs. Francine Reed, how are you, girl?
I am so happy to be able to talk to y'all. Thank you so much.
Are you kidding? This is a privilege for me. I have been trying to get up with you for a long time, ever since I've listened to Delbert McClinton when you did that duo. I Used to Worry, and I fell in love with your music then. But now you've been touring with, you actually started with Lyle Lovett back when he was struggling to get started, right?
Right, back in the 80s.
Wow.
It's hard to say, but it was the 80s.
So back in that time, you think, wow, I'm going to quit this, or y'all just keep struggling and finally make it, or how was it? It was hard?
It was just a privilege. No, I was just one of the lucky people who was chosen to sing with Lyle, and I was the voice that he wanted to hear, and it's still the same.
Oh, what a beautiful voice you have. And, you've done a lot of course, now you're back in Arizona now, but you lived in Atlanta?
I am.
Yeah, you lived in
I am in Phoenix.
Woo, too hot in Phoenix, girl. Too hot in Phoenix.
Well, what's hot girls got to be where hot is.
There you go. Bad girls. Yeah, you got some cool music, and all you folks out there listening, y'all need to go ahead and Google Francine Reed. It'll bring everything up you can think about. And she has played, you've been with, you've worked with Miles Davis, Etta James, Smokey Robinson, and the list goes on and on. Golly, what a career you have had.
Well, they just called me and asked me to open the shows, and I was grateful. And of course, that was truly privileged.
Wow. I'd hate to go on after you open the show. It'd be, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. Thank y'all for coming. But
so sweet.
Geez. But now, Lyle, how long have you toured with him since the early 80s? And of course, COVID's hit. So what have you been just kind of waiting for the phone to ring and get ready to go back out on the road? Or what do you got in your plans for the future?
I'm afraid not. We, our futures as musicians are up in the air because of the viruses and the COVID and all the other things that happened in the last year and a half, 2 years. So it's been a trial. It's been a real test. Mm-hmm. But I don't mind singing when anybody asks me to sing. I'd be happy to, but we just don't have any place, and we can't. We have to separate and mask up and we're just doing the right thing,
right? So
we can all get together again.
Well, now you did a duo with Willie Nelson, and I think it's one of the best songs. Well, I think Milk Cow Blues. I can't remember exactly which song it was you done, but he is always off time. And how was that to record?
That was incredible. They brought me to Pertinalis there in Texas, and I went in the studio, and I didn't think I was going to actually see Willie.
Right.
They just wanted me to come sing some vocals, some background vocals. And, in fact, they really didn't say what they wanted me to sing. I just, whatever they wanted me to do, I was anxious to do. Mm-hmm. And when I walked in there, and then Willie walked in the studio, and I just my heart started beating really, 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 really fast. And and he was so gracious and so wonderful.
Yeah, I've never met him. They say he's really laid. I'd say he's super laid back because he smokes the marijuana a lot. So I'd say he's a pretty laid back guy, no doubt.
That didn't bother me at all.
No,
not one bit at all.
It would bother me if he wasn't smoking. I guarantee it. What the heck?
As soon as I did one song, and then the Milk Call Blues, and that was so great. So they pulled up another song for me to sing with him. And I thought, oh, really? Because he thought, oh, I only did one take. And
Right.
they thought, oh, you got to do more than that. So, well, hello there. It's been a long, long time. And that was another Willie Nelson song, and that's the one they pulled up.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song.
And, to do that. And then all of a sudden, the whole place got really smoky. It was very cool.
Yeah. I'll never smoke weed with Willie again, but anyway, golly. So now you work with, did you ever get to sing with Smokey Robinson?
I did not. People hired me to open for these artists.
Right.
I didn't really sing with them in their groups or in their touring. You know, I was in Phoenix, in fact, at the time when I was doing all those openings. And people just asked me to come with my band and open for some of these great artists, and lucky me. And, some of them I get to say hello to, but others not. But most everybody. And James Brown was one, too. I got to open for him. It was just a plethora of great musicians and, just lucky. I'm just so blessed.
Yes, you are, no doubt. So
Yeah,
how working with Lyle, I mean, I love Lyle's music. There's some people, it's kind of across the board. His music's all across the board. So how do you like working with Lyle? Is he pretty easy, pretty laid back, easy to work with?
All three of these gentlemen are Texas gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
And, folks in Texas just have this wonderful, wonderful spirit. And, those are my three favorite men in the world of music, in the business. And they just happen to be all from Texas. So you got all this wonderful feeling of spirit and a wonderful feeling of, oh, my goodness, and they treat you, yes, ma'am, and it's I'm still called Miss Francine.
Right.
It's never, or it's Miss Reed, but it's never by one name, because that's the way Texans are.
There you go. Show respect where respect's due. So now, how did you get started? I mean, most of the artists that I talk to, it always seems like it comes from church. So where did you actually get your start in music?
Absolutely, in church. For a lot of black artists, that was our stage.
Mm-hmm.
The church was our stage. If we couldn't sing anywhere, we sing at home or we sing on the stage.
Right.
And at church, in the choir, and doing solos. I really love being one of the voices in the background. That was always my favorite spot to be in. Because I seemed to like to shine there. But I came from a family of 7,
Right.
all great singers, and I was the youngest girl, so it kind of, good stuff kind of rolls downhill.
Hey, I'm with you.
And
I'm the baby,
number
too.
6.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
The babies are the best. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And it all rolled down, and my sisters and brothers were all amazing. And, I got to listen to so many great artists that they listened to and that they loved. So I had all this music in me that was given to me by them. And the family sang together for many, many years,
Right.
the Reed family.
Well, now, you lived, how long did you live in Georgia?
I was there from, I think, 94 until 20 years.
Yeah. Georgia's trying to claim you as their own, even though.
And that's fine with me. That's fine with me. I was born and bred and well-fed in Chicago, Illinois.
Right.
So, and it used to be when my mom was alive, bless her heart, wherever Mom was, that was home. So I was in Illinois, out of Chicago, born in Cook County Hospital. And then we moved to Kankakee, and then I moved, we all moved to Arizona, and the whole family lived here. All the Reeds moved and relocated to Arizona. And then, I got this feeling I needed to go to Georgia. Of course, I was embraced immediately as soon as I got to Georgia. And I just chose Georgia because it seemed like the place to go because the Olympics were coming.
Oh, yeah.
3 years before I got there, and the next year after I got there, that was they had a Super Bowl, and I saw all this happening, and I thought, okay, well, I just go to Georgia. I did, and I was so grateful. and started singing with the Shadows at Blind Willie's and at Fuzzies, and everybody embraced me like I'd been there forever. I've heard some ladies describing me to other people. They said, "Oh, I've known Francine since we was in college." But I never really went to college. But that's how people felt about me. They just felt that I was always in Georgia.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. She's Georgian. That's, when I started trying to find you, I thought, well, she's in Atlanta. But now let me ask you something. Did you work with Roy Orbison some?
We did. We were in the studio at the time recording with Lyle in California, way back when. And somebody said in the studio next to us, in California, and they needed to hear some singers, and they asked us to come over and sing. So we did some stuff with Roy Orbison. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm bringing
it was just a song or two, just that they had the background vocals they needed at the time, and there we were. A lot of artists like myself happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Right.
And that was one of those occasions. And singing for Lyle, I was in the right place at the right time. Some friends here in Phoenix who I hung around with, Jay Davis Lone and the Rogues, and a lot of musicians from that band played with Lyle on his first demo tape. So when Lyle asked them for a female singer, they said, "We got just a girl." So they brought Lyle to a place called Chewy's in Tempe, and Lyle saw me there, and he tells the story really much better than I do.
Right.
And he says, after that, his life changed. That's what he said.
I can believe it.
I was singing Wild Women Don't Get the Blues, in fact.
That's what I was going to say. Do wild women get the blues?
When Lyle said when he heard that, he was sold. And the next day I was in the studio, and the rest is history. And I still sing that song with Lyle on all his shows.
Wow. But now you've been on David Letterman. Y'all were on David Letterman. I even think y'all were on Johnny Carson. Wasn't you not on Johnny?
We did. I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 Johnny Carson shows, and then they reran so many.
Right.
And we did Letterman, and we did Cohen. Can't remember the guy's name, but
Conan.
Everybody. Mm-hmm. Him, and some of the other guys. I'm 74. I'm losing my memory somewhat, but it is written. And it is certainly on the Internet. That's the great thing about the Internet. When you can't remember, the Internet can. So.
Well, I'm 53, and I can't remember much either, so don't worry about you. One of my favorite songs that you've done, and I don't know if this was on your solo album, but For Your Precious Love, is that one of your solo? Was that your solo album that you come out with, or?
That was one of the CDs that I was able to record at Ichiban Records in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's For Your Precious Love. Great song.
Oh,
great
beautiful.
Song.
I can just sit here and let you sing, I can just sit here and let you sing.
You're sweet, Stephen.
Oh,
Phillips.
Lord, have mercy, girl. I got to get you back out here to Atlanta. You actually, now I don't know if you realize this, but you played in Saltee, Georgia. I don't know if you remember that. It's been a while back.
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
Well, now
we played there a couple times.
That's just over the mountain from where we're at. So you was just right in my backyard, and I didn't even know it.
And you in Hiawassee? Is that where you are?
Yep, Hiawassee, just over the mountain. Yep, sure enough. Yep. And
I'm gonna have to come and visit you.
Hey, you can stay at the house. You'll have to sleep in the middle, but we'll put you in there.
I've been in the middle many times, baby. This ain't my first time at the rodeo. Okay?
There you go. Well, girl, we have got to get to a break. But now you've got FrancineReed.net is your internet and your website that you've got that's got all the information on you and the calendar and stuff that you've got in your music. So if anybody'd like to follow her, Miss Francine Reed, and y'all are going to love her because I fell in love with her, like I said. And with the Delbert, I don't know. I think Delbert McClinton, that one song that come out with I Used to Worry. I mean, golly.
I Used to Worry.
That's
a fun song. I sang that a lot with Java Monkey, which is a group that I sang with a whole bunch at Fuzzies and many, many places. And I would do it. The band was doing it before I started singing with them. And then they said, you got to sing this song with us too. So, and we did. It was one of our regular songs that people always.
Well, I wonder who wrote that song.
I Used to Worry. Delbert wrote that song. I believe Delbert wrote it, but you can find it on the internet.
Find it on the internet. There you go. All right. Well, girl, we have got to get to a break, like I said, and I sure do appreciate your time. I want to get you back on. When you get out touring and y'all heading back out touring, I'm going to keep up with you and see what's going on. We're going to get you back up and see where you're going to be at.
I pray and hope for everyone to get their shots done. I have to throw that in because that's how we're going to get through this.
Yep.
Everybody's got to get shots. Come on.
Yep.
And then we can all get together. But until that happens, it's going to keep us from doing what we would love to do for you all, and that is entertain.
There you go. And you do put on a show, no doubt about it. Thank you, girl.
It'd be our pleasure, y'all. I love you so much, Georgia. Y'all know I miss y'all. You know I'm coming back. So just hold on.
There you go.
We're going to be all family. We're going to be together, working together, singing together, and praying together.
There you go. Thank you, girl.
Thank you, Stephen Phillips.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.